Here's the question. There is a watering timer on my tap with no window and no rain gauge. It cannot see the sky, feel a drop, or smell the weather coming. And yet, on the right morning, this smart water timer decides not to water because rain is on the way. So how does rain delay work? I am Michal. I drive buses in Belfast. Today we follow the chain from a forecast in the cloud down to an automatic watering system, down to the tap. Let me clear up the biggest misunderstanding first, because almost everyone gets this wrong. Rain skip is not a sensor. That box on your tap does not feel the rain. It is not detecting drops or measuring how wet the soil has gone. It has no idea what is actually happening in your garden at all. What it really does is much simpler and stranger when you think about it. It reads a forecast. Somewhere on the internet, a weather service is predicting what the sky will do over your postcode in the next day or two. Your timer, through its hub indoors, asks that service a single question. Is meaningful rain coming? And if the answer is yes, it stands down and skips the watering it had planned. That is the whole trick. It is not weather feeling, it is weather reading. The box is not a nose sniffing the air. It is a little clerk phoning up the forecast office every morning and asking whether it needs to bother. Hold on to that difference, because it is the most important thing in this whole episode and the seed of everything that can go wrong next week. A sensor measures what is. A forecast guesses what might be. Your timer is trusting the guess. So let us walk the whole chain, one link at a time, because when you see it laid out, it stops being magic and starts being obvious. Step 1. Your schedule reaches its watering time. Say 6 in the morning, zone 2, the borders. Step 2. Before it opens the valve, the timer checks in with the hub indoors, the one on your Wi-Fi. Step 3. The hub goes out to the internet and asks the weather service for the forecast over your location. Step 4. It gets back numbers, a chance of rain, and how much rain over the next stretch of hours. Step 5. It compares those numbers against a threshold you have set or that came set by default. Something like, if there is a good chance of a decent amount of rain, do not water. Step 6. It decides, skip and stay shut, or go ahead and open the valve. And step 7, on a good system, it writes down what it did so you can look back and see why the borders did not get their drink on Tuesday. That is rain skip. No magic, no sensing, a schedule, a phone call to the forecast, a comparison, and a decision. Everything clever about weather watering, and everything dangerous about it, lives inside that one comparison. Now, where does that forecast actually come from? This part matters, because it decides how much you can trust the whole thing. When you set the timer up, you tell it where you are. Sometimes your full address, more often just your postcode or a pin on a map. From then on, the hub uses that location to ask a weather service for the prediction over your patch. And here is the thing to sit with. That prediction is made for an area, not for your garden. It might be modeled over a square several miles across. Your garden is a few meters across, tucked behind a house, beside a hill, in its own little pocket of weather. I know that gap. As a bus driver, I check the forecast before every shift, and it is usually close. But close is not the same as right. It says rain by 3, and I am driving through dry streets at past, watching a black cloud over the far side of the city, nowhere near me. The sky over Belfast is not one weather, it is a dozen. The forecast your timer trusts is an honest, clever guess about a big area. It is not a measurement of the drops landing on your soil. Most days the guess is good enough, and it is the days it is not that we will spend all of next week on. Here is the reassuring bit though. Rain skip is not some alien idea. It is just a machine doing something you already do by instinct. Think about how you water by hand. You step outside with the watering can, glance up at the sky, and if proper rain is coming, you think, "No point, I'll leave it. The sky can do my job today." And if it is blue and dry, you water. That is it. That is rain skip. You have been running it in your own head for years. There is a line I love from the UK gardening forums. Somebody asked how everyone waters their garden, and the top reply was just this: rain when it rains, hose when it doesn't. 6 words. And it is the entire philosophy of weather-based watering. All the timer is doing is running that same rule for you on the mornings you are on a bus or asleep or away. It is not smarter than you. It does not know your garden the way you do. It just never forgets and never lies in bed. That is its one real advantage. It checks the sky every single morning on the dot. What it cannot do is walk outside and actually look. Now, 2 words get muddled all the time, and knowing the difference makes you the person who actually understands their timer. Rain skip and rain delay. They sound like the same thing. They are not. Rain skip is about the future. It looks at the forecast ahead and cancels a watering that has not happened yet because rain is coming. A decision made before the fact. Rain delay is about what has already happened. It says it has rained, or it is raining now, so hold off watering for a set number of days while the ground is still wet. You often set it yourself by hand. Big downpour on Sunday. Tell it delay 2 days and it will not water again until Wednesday, giving the soil time to use what fell. So one looks forward at a prediction, one looks back at what already landed. The best setups use both. Rain skip handles the everyday guesswork automatically. Rain delay is the manual override you reach for after a proper soaking when you know, because you were standing in it, that the ground has had plenty. Skip trusts the forecast. Delay trusts your own eyes. And of the two, the one to trust more is always the one you saw. So far, this is all on and off. Rain coming, skip. No rain, water, but there is a cleverer layer above simple rain skip, worth knowing exists even if you never use it. It has a mouthful of a name, evapotranspiration. Do not let the word scare you. It just means all the water leaving your garden added up. The water evaporating off the soil, plus the water the plants breathe out through their leaves. On a hot, bright, windy day, a great deal leaves, so the garden dries fast. On a cool, still, gray day, very little leaves, so it stays wet for ages. A basic timer ignores all of that. A weather-based one uses it. Instead of just asking, is it going to rain, it asks a bigger question. Given today's heat, sunshine, humidity, and wind, how much water did my garden lose, and how much has the forecast rain put back? Then it tops up only the difference. That is the real prize, and why this matters beyond gadgets. WaterWise reckon about half of all the water we use outdoors is wasted, most of it watering when we did not need to. A system that skips the rain and matches the weather aims straight at that waste, not more water, the right water. That is the whole point of weather control. So what do I actually run with all this? On my own tap I have the Johgee 4-zone, and it has a rain delay feature. And I will be honest about exactly how I use it. On the lawn zone, I leave a rain delay on because the lawn is the most forgiving thing in the garden and the most wasteful to water on top of a downpour. After a proper soaking, it simply holds off, and that trims away the daftest waste there is, watering grass that is already swimming. That is the setting earning its keep. But here is the honest part. If your whole garden is 2 tomato plants and a few pots by the back door, and you are home most mornings, you do not need any of this. You are the best rain skip there is. You have got eyes, you have got a window, and you can see the rain coming better than any forecast. Weather control earns its place when you are away, on shift, or running more zones than you can watch, not before. If you are going to let a forecast make watering decisions, set it up so it helps you instead of catching you out. A few rules, all from what we have just learned. First, get your location right. The whole chain hangs on the timer, knowing where you actually are. A lazy postcode pin dropped in the wrong town means it is skipping your garden on somebody else's weather. Second, understand your threshold. Some timers skip on the barest chance of a shower, which starves the garden on days that stay dry. If you can, set it to skip only on a real decent amount of rain, not a passing sprinkle the ground will never notice. Third, and this is the big one, keep the forecast away from the zones it has no business touching. Weather control is for the open ground that actually catches rain. Anything under cover, we get to next week. And the answer there is blunt. And fourth, read the log. A good system tells you when and why it skipped. Once a week, have a look. If it skipped on a day that stayed bone dry, you have learned something the forecast did not know. Trust the machine to be reliable. Do not trust it to be right.